This opportunity we have to formulate new habits and really ground them in a very fast way is still active, it's still open. Most of the planets are still in shadow, meaning we're still in this karmic zone of reviewing and retracing our steps about what needs to go and what can stay. And this is going to be a recurring theme throughout Aquarius season until we get to Pisces season. So it's very important for us to really pay attention to what belongs and what doesn't belong. And this goes from anything to outside of us in our environment and our relationships, to our behaviors, to our thoughts. There's this sort of nitty-gritty sort of energy right now of it just picking away about what isn't working anymore, what doesn't belong anymore. And we could be getting messages right now about ways that that's occurring and things that are out of alignment that we are giving our energy to that we're not aware of or we're not consciously aware of. As Mercury approaches Pluto and gears up to cross Pluto, we're going to start getting more and more messages about what is getting the death's kiss, what is not going to pass. And it's important for us to be present, to be accepting, and also to not get too caught up with how we're feeling now as an indication of how things are going. With this coming off this full moon in Leo, which was very intense, we're seeing it in the collective world with these earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. We're seeing it within ourselves, feeling overwhelmed within ourselves, especially yesterday was very intense. So as we're coming off this full moon and we're in this culmination point and things are starting to wind down, it's important to not really get too caught up in this resolution energy as some sort of indication of what is going to happen in the future. Really, the resolution is the ending. We're coming to that culmination point and we're wrapping things up. So definitely don't get caught up in energies of, okay, I don't know where I'm going. I don't feel directed right now, so I must be doing something wrong. No, the energies are weird. Definitely dial back. Don't try to overly fix anything or overly force anything right now. As I always say, acceptance is the release. It's important to just be accepting of how we're feeling and to dial back, definitely dial back from things that are causing overwhelm. If you can sort of identify anything in your environment or what you're taking in that's overwhelming you, dial back on those things, protect yourself from those things. But at the same time, give yourself space to just move through these energies without making it harder than it has to be. And again, all the planets are direct. They're shadowed right now, so we're doing our final review. But as these planets start speeding up and we're moving faster and faster, it's going to be go time really quickly. So we're also in energy of preparing. And big part of that preparing is, again, really being honest with ourselves about what belongs and what doesn't belong and making cuts where it's needed. And it could be hard, For me, I had to cut out tea because I'm cutting out caffeine. I've been drinking tea every day for 14 years. And tea changed my palate. I went from eating just rice and meat and bread and cheese to eating vegetables and actually being more of an adventurous eater because of tea. So tea is a big part of my heart, but it's run its course. It's time for me to let it go. And will I ever drink tea again? I don't know. But what I know now is I can't have caffeine, and it's important for me not to have caffeine because my manifestations are coming through. And what I want is to connect to spirit more. To connect to spirit more, my diet has to be on point. So that's really been in the air. And as I fix my diet, I'm finding a lot of things just fizzling out of my life. Things that used to really be something I'm passionate about or something I'm into is sort of being pulled out. And it's important for me to accept these things because it is an indication that my manifestations are landing. It's time for me to take more responsibility and really start preparing for when things hit the ground, when it's time to hit the ground running, that I have all that I need, that I am ready, that I'm in my integrity. And health integrity is important for us to connect to these ethereal energies. The higher we are in our inner integrity and the integrity of our bodies and being in alignment with our bodies, the better and the easier and the more authentic it is, that connection. So, and that's different for everyone. Some people can eat processed foods and have caffeine and drink soda and they're fine, but I'm not one of those people. So I have to be honest with myself about what belongs and what doesn't belong. So that's the energy we're in, and we're being asked not to fight it, to really be accepting, to really be loving, and to really be excited even for what this is an indication of, which is our manifestations landing. It is an indication of a new chapter, a new cycle where we are vibrating higher. We are in a higher integrity and more in an authenticity for us to feel free to express ourselves and free to do the things that we want to do and feel capable as well that we can do those things that we want to do and what our heart is calling us to do, that we are ready to receive it. So that's the message for the morning. I'm sending love and wishing you well. Bye.